Hello everyone and welcome to another Minecraft Redstone tutorial. My name is Glitch. Today we'll be looking at making an automatic mini sugarcane farm for you to use in your survival world. Now recently I've been working on getting some achievements in my regular survival world, the Cleft 1.0. One particular achievement that I went for was the map room achievement, and this requires you to place maps on a wall in a 3x3 grid. Now, once I completed that, I thought it would be fun to try and make a giant map wall of all of the places that I've explored in this world. Now, to help me out with that, decided to use the treasure maps that I've found throughout my travels. Now, that does mean that I needed to try and make the maps I create the same scale as those items. And that means I needed a lot of paper. Because just to craft the map itself takes 8 paper. Then to zoom it out to the level 2 scaling that you will find on a treasure map is another 16. And if I want to craft up an extra map to leave as a marker somewhere like my base, or a village so you can go and do some trading, or a discovery like a jungle village, or some other landmark that you found and then made your own, that's another 8 paper. So it will take a little less than a half a stack of paper just to map that out. And if you want to go for a fully zoomed out map and do the same thing, be prepared to use nearly a stack of paper just to do that. The other issue I had is that I didn't want to take up a lot of space to make a farm. Now, I tried my hand at zero tick farms because they're generally pretty small. But to be honest, none of the designs I tried worked really well for me, and I'm always concerned that that feature, which to my understanding is technically speaking a bug, may get patched out of existence in a future update. So after some trial and error, I came up with this mini farm to give me the resources that I need. Now, the farm itself is relatively simple, and to be honest, it's pretty widely used. There are some extra redstone components that we've added in that will help, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. But it basically works by the sugarcane grows and updates the block in front of the observer, which then fires the piston, which breaks the sugarcane. It falls into the dirt, onto the dirt, which has a minecart hopper in it, and then is collected down to our barrel. And this design, and now that's how it works passively. But now that we've looked at how the farm works that way, let's move over to a creative world and dive into the build itself. To build the passive farm, you will need the following supplies. Some structure blocks and glass. You will need a barrel, one hopper, one piece of rail, a minecart with hopper, a grass or dirt block, one slab of your choice, one regular piston, one observer, redstone dust, one lever, a water bucket, and of course you will need your sugarcane. Also, depending on the reason you're setting up the farm, there is a space available for you to put both a cartography table and a crafting table right at the farm. You will also need an area that is 3 blocks wide by 4 blocks deep. The build itself is 5.5 blocks tall. So to start things out, we're going to go ahead and place our barrel on the front center block and then come around back and crouch place a hopper into the barrel. Next up, we're going to take our structure blocks and build up on both sides of the hopper. And go ahead and place a piece of glass here. We're going to place our minecart with hopper in, and what we want to try to avoid is it moving around on us as we place it. So now that we've got the hopper enclosed, take out one piece of rail and crouch place it directly onto the hopper. And then you want to take out your hopper with minecart and place that on top of the rail. Next up, you want to point your crosshairs at the rail. Make sure that you see the hitbox highlighted, and then we're going to go ahead and break that out. Now our minecart is sitting directly on top of our hopper, and then we want to go ahead and place a couple of blocks up on the side, and we're going to take our piston out and place it facing down, then place our dirt block on top of that. On the face of that. Take out your lever, activate, deactivate. That will push the dirt or grass block into the minecart with hopper, and then we can go ahead and just break those out and these two blocks. Now that we have that done, let's go ahead and place a block behind our hopper, and then we're going to wrap around that block with structure blocks. This will leave us a reservoir for the water, and then we can go ahead and take our bucket of water out and place it into the reservoir. Then place a block here on the side of the reservoir and place one more over to cover. And now we have the ability to plant our sugarcane on the dirt with minimal space. Now, in my survival world, I did use a sea lantern here. That was just because I liked how it looked. You don't have to, but it does, in my opinion, look nicer. Now, let's go ahead and take our piston out, place it with the face facing forward, then come back around back, and we're going to place our observer facing forward as well. Take one structure block out, place it on the back of the piston, and then lay redstone dust on that block. And then come around front, and we can place our sugarcane in, but just to check, we place, piston fires. So now let's go ahead and place our sugarcane in, and then all we have to do for the rest of the farm is to encase the sides and front in structure blocks and glass. And then just because I've seen the sugarcane fly up over the top, I will usually cap it off with a slab just to keep the sugarcane enclosed in the farm. But that is the passive farm all set up, and all we need to do now is wait for the sugarcane to grow and collect. Now, as it is, this farm will run passively and works in both versions of the game. And it's good for a small space farm. But if you are playing on Bedrock, you will definitely want to take advantage of the fact that in that version, we can bone meal sugarcane. The design of the farm will stay the same, but let's look at how we can add just a little bit more redstone and make the farm a lot more productive. So to build the active farm, materials-wise, you will need the same items that you needed to build the passive farm, but you will also need 2 additional hoppers, 1 comparator, 1 repeater, 1 dispenser, a little more redstone dust, and a non-stackable item for you to use in a hopper clock. And of course, you will need your bone meal. So to add in the bone meal dispenser, you want to start right after you place in your piston and observer. You actually don't have to tear that out if you've already built the farm. In fact, that piece of redstone dust is still on this block here. But let's start out by placing our dispenser in facing where our sugarcane will go, and then we're going to place a structure block opposite that. Come back, and we're going to place one more block here temporarily, and then we need to crouch place a hopper into that block, break that out, and then we're going to crouch place another hopper into that block that will join them up and give us the beginnings of our hopper clock. And then before we go further, let's take our lever, place it on this block, activate. That'll give us the ability to turn the hopper clock on and off. Come around back, take your comparator, run it out of the hoppers, and then place a repeater and run it into your dispenser. Then you need to set it to 2-tick delay. Take a piece of redstone dust, connect up your comparator and your repeater, and that is the redstone all set up. So now all we need to do is come around the side here, click on one of the hoppers and place our item in. It should not move because we've got our lever activated. And then whenever you are doing a hopper clock, I always recommend putting blocks above it so that nothing falls in, because that will throw off the timing of your clock. Beyond that, we simply need to get our sugar cane and our bone meal. Let's go ahead and add the sugar cane in. And then encase the front of the farm in blocks of glass like we did before. And then simply add the bone meal to your dispenser. And the farm is ready to go. So all you need to do, click your lever and watch the sugar cane fly. While I primarily focused on map making in the intro, sugarcane is one of the most useful plants in the game. Whether you need paper for trading, or books for bookshelves, rockets for flight, a potion to make you go faster, or you just want to sit back and have a slice of cake, sugarcane is one renewable resource that you will always need as you explore your Minecraft world. I hope you find this build useful. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, and also consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. My name is Glitch, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.